I mean, my thing is just getting Joe out of jail, which I think can happen. There was such a conspiracy.
I can tell you the easy way. What's the main reason Joe's in jail?
Murder for hire?
How the hell how's that? Did y'all not watch Tiger King or what?
Yeah, well, I watched it.
Well, then you need to go back and watch it and listen to that dumb cunt fucking federal prosecutor.
Right, right.
Because she specifically stated, when it came to the murder for hire, we had absolutely no evidence. We didn't find anything where he bought new phones, where he rented cars, nothing. They had no evidence. So when the federal prosecutor, and then the other thing is, you got to learn to read through people. Watch her. At the end of it, where she's given her final statement, she's reading it. She's not giving a statement of her own. She's reading what she was told to fucking say. Anybody with any intelligence whatsoever can see right through that cunt.
Well, I'm dying to know what she was paid and what she signed to be on Tiger King, too.
Yep. And look where she's at now. You know who she is now, don't you?
No.
She's a fucking federal judge now. She got promoted.
Oh, shit.
She is actually a federal judge. So evidently, she got a big promotion for the fucking whole ordeal.
I wonder if she's mad.
Because it was right after fucking Joe got arrested is when she got her promotion.
I wonder if that's how we can recuse that judge. We got to get him out of there. I'm talking to Amy.
So, I mean, it's ridiculous. But if you watch and look at that shit, you can see right through it. It's plain and simple. So, in all reality, should Joe be in jail for murder for hire? They didn't prove a goddamn thing. The only thing they had is what not even what Jeff Lowe said. Because as you see, that little midget motherfucker wasn't on the fucking stand either.
What did she know?
It's only what Lauren said and Eric Cowie and all them motherfuckers. The haters. It's not so much that they hated Joe. As far as they looked at it, Joe was out of the picture. They had to suck up to the new boss.
Right.
So they had to defend what Jeff was telling them to say. Because like I said, Alan Glover specifically sit there and told me he was mad as fuck when he was living with me down in Thackerville. The fact that he had to go up to Oklahoma City to meet with the fucking feds so they could rehearse what he needed to say in court. That was the word he used, because Alan Glover don't like being told anything. He had to go and be told what to fucking say. That's fucking illegal.
Right. That's right.
It's one thing to prepare a witness, but to rehearse the witness, that's an absolute fucking no-no.
So apparently he sat down with Rebecca from Tiger King, from Goods Productions, the last couple weeks or so. So he's at least talking about shit again. Who knows what he said?
Oh, Alan did?
Yeah.
Well, hell, I'll try to call him and see if he answers his phone then.
I'd pay for travel. I mean,
he's probably still mad at me. Just because he asked me a couple times, if you listen to that recording, are you taping, are you recording this? No, I don't even know how, Alan. I just happen to have a second phone sitting here. It's the only way I got it done. I just turned it on, did it on video.
If everybody just would have shut their fucking mouth.
Exactly. If they wouldn't have tried to use that to get Joe pardoned, I would already have more or less a full confession from Alan Glover.
Right.
I lived with the man. I know how to use him. I know how to get it out of him. Alan thinks the world, Alan thought the world of me.
So,
I mean, that's the other thing. Why did it want me? You would have thought, even there, with it being, which I come in at the end of it. But I've known Joe for shit since maybe about 2009 or something like that, 2010. And like I said, they wouldn't pull Rinky up on stand. They wouldn't call me out there because I know a lot of shit about Joe from a distance.
Right.
Not so much, and I know shit about Joe from there because I was in contact with, Finley and fucking Allen and all them motherfuckers. Over the years, I knew shit. And like I said, they falsified all these Endangered Species Act shit and things. And that's how I've been trying to tell Joe and everybody else. You want Joe out of jail? I can tell you exactly how to fucking do it. And take all them motherfuckers down in the process. They would have no choice but to release Joe. And you wouldn't even have to file a lawsuit.
Well, tell me.
All you'd have to do is file an intent to sue. What is the most powerful weapon ever created, John? Let's see if you know the answer to that question. It's called motherfucking social media.
Yeah, that's true.
In order for them to take down Joe, they had to create a monster. In order for them to take down me or Bob Candy or Tanya or any of these motherfuckers that have been up against these cocksuckers, I was trained in warfare. You observe your fucking enemy. At any given time, if you can dissect your enemy's strategy and break it down and flip-flop it and use it against them, guess what they don't have? They don't have a way of fighting it.
Yeah.
Because they thought they built a strategy up that was impenetrable, and they think it's fucking foolproof. So if somebody would take my fucking advice, I could show them how to do it, and we could get Carole Baskins, PETA, HSUS, Global Federation of Animal Sanctuaries, and every fucking sanctuary that's involved in them. And in one swipe, take every fucking one of them down. And that is to file. What have they been doing against all of us? What did they charge Joe with? Violating what? The Endangered Species Act.
Right.
So, all we would need, if you filed an intent to sue, you got to file an intent to sue on the Endangered Species Act, a 60-day intent to sue. Just imagine what those headlines are going to look like when they get blasted. Look how much Tiger King destroyed Carole and took away all her fucking supporters and her fucking income, all that shit. Well, if them big headlines say that all these motherfuckers, all these animal rights motherfuckers are being sued for what? Violating the Endangered Species Act. Because have you ever read the Endangered Species Act? See, they took me and Joe down over because they said the word take. The word take is defined as to harm, harass, shoot, kill, wound, injure, pursue, capture, or collect. They use injure, harm, or kill to attack people like me and Joe because we've done this, we've done that. I was declawing some cats. So they said that was a violation because I harmed and harassed them. But if you actually read the Endangered Species Act, and I proved it in my PETA lawsuit when they were trying to do that, I proved that it wasn't against the rules, regulations, or laws that these call a fucking cow. I proved it. So what they do then, they flip-flopped it and started calling it, well, it was an unnecessary medical procedure. But within the Endangered Species Act, it specifically states that a take is more or less a act of doing shit, hold on, I'm trying to think of how it was worded, that you are not allowed to alter the feeding, sheltering, or breeding. I never fucking did that.
Right.
None of them. Even though my cats were declawed, they could still fucking feed, they could shelter, they could breed, they could fuck out of this world. But every one of those goddamn places, every fucking one of them, spay and neuter those fucking same cats.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like I said, it specifically states they had to dig in deep. It took them 2.5 fucking years to half-ass falsify shit to get this judge to listen to them, in my case. That's a walk-in. Here it is. It specifically states, if you cannot alter their breeding. End of fucking discussion. And the thing about it is if you took, like, my complaint, where they filed my lawsuit, and you took Bob Candy, and you took Kathy Kenny Stern, you take Connie Casey, Tanya, all of these cases, and just look through them. Number one, you're going to go, what the fuck? Especially if you look at like Bob Candy from Tri-State and mine, they're identical. Step by step. you wouldn't know which one was which.
Right.
They have created a fucking system. Now we need to go in and attack them with their very own system, and it shuts them all down at once.
M. Lambert's been trying to tell me that. She's trying to explain some of this to me, but...
Yeah, M, a good woman. Me and M's good friends and shit. But M don't know shit when it comes to... I've dissected the endangered species act. I'm not highly educated, but like I told the judge, education, anybody can buy a fucking education.
Right.
Just because you can be the most highly educated person on the fucking planet, that don't make you an intelligent person.
Right.
Totally different. So I consider myself very, very, very intelligent. Not as intelligent as I was because I got a brain tumor now, thanks to all this bullshit.